So I'm just fixing up this Larrivee OM03R, I think it is, from 1999. That had a top crack, and I'm just going to be replacing this binding and gluing that back, and it's loose there and there as well. So I've just sanded this piece back, cut a nice clean edge here. Make a mark where it is, which is just there. So I'm just cutting on a block. I suppose I can do it here. It's very close, but it's going to be too long still. Beautiful. You can see this is a bit thick, so I'm going to scrape this a bit thinner. I won't do that up there. I'm pretty certain that this binding has shrunk lengthways, because the gap here, or how much this extends out, is less than the thickness of this, unless they use some weird little bit here, but that doesn't seem likely. That's okay, we'll just thin this bit down. And that will do. Obviously I'm going to have to shellac this to colour match the aged yellow of the original binding, but that's easy. I'm just sanding this binding. I'm just dropping this binding. I normally wouldn't sand this up here, but it poses no threat to the guitar, so I'll do this just to show you what I'm doing. Okay, that's sanded to 400. Now I'll just add some tape so things don't get messy. Low tack tape. Okay. From LMI. FGW. Okay, that was good. Use the offcuts that you spilt on the guitar to glue everything down. This tacks really nicely. I'm not worried about that. That's just kind of easily scrapes away. Man, I'm glad I put this tape down. So that's done. I'll just wait for that to dry and then clean up this stuff. I have to clean the fingerboard, which has much DNA on it, but have faith. I will clean it up. Okay, that's it. Easy peasy. I'll show you actually what I'll do with the binding while I'm at it. Okay, so here's another piece of binding. And I'll show you how I color match it. So I have three different epoxy little shellacs here. This is LMI's numbering, number 4, number 5, which is darker, and then a blonde number, I think that's number 1. So we'll start with 4. added a touch of colour, which I bet you can't see. I will put on some number 5, which that's 4, that's 5, so you can see the colour difference. And you should be able to see that. See the colour from the stark white here to the yellow. So it's a bit hard to do this job quick for a demonstration, because once I start dabbing this, it sort of pulls up the still wet stuff, but you'll be able to see this now. So this is white and yellow, and you can get an idea of the colour matching there. Still a bit to go, but you know, I would spend more time on it if it was this whole thing or like a segment here, but this little part here and the top is rarely looked at, but that's you know, you get the idea. You can also add some Stumac dye, some vintage amber, which is, you know, the way to do it if you're spraying. But that's how you do it. Thanks Larrivee for making a good guitar.